Good morning, everyone. Jamie McIntyre here, Australian National Review, ANRnews.com. Just a quick one. We're getting flooded at Australian National Review. I remember we're not for profit, so our resources of staff is never as many as we would like to have, a hands on deck. And so I was doing a video the other day updating about my predictions of Bitcoin, the rise of cryptocurrency, and letting you know about our sponsor, Bitcoin 2.0, and why I've been a backer of that. And I know the video got cut off, so a lot of questions about that. So I'll just cover that very quickly. I just want people to understand is that you've got to understand what money is. And this is what the problem is that the world is why it's been rigged and why we have been taken advantage of. If the game has been rigged, in other words, the central control bankers in 1913 onwards, you can read about this in my first book, What I Didn't Learn in School but Wish I Had, but the Federal Reserve Banking Scam. So a lot of people say Bitcoin's a scam. I'm kind of like, you mean like fiat currency, like the central bank scam? People go, oh no, it's you can lose your money. Yes, true, cryptocurrency is inherently risky, but yeah, it's almost as risky as keeping your money in the bank when they're about to do bank bail-ins. You don't even know, even in Australia, they can just take all your money. Remember Cyprus 2013, which actually drove a big spike in Bitcoin from $100 odd to over 1,000. That's because they did the bank balance. They just took your money. So yes, there's risk to everything. So we should always compare one risk to the other. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is that money belongs to us. I grew up on a farm and often said, money is nothing but an idea. The cows don't particularly care about it. On the farm, farmers might be stressed about money. Cows aren't. They don't care for money. It's a human idea. So money belongs to the people. It's a collective wealth of the people. So it should not be able to be skimmed and scammed as it has been by central bankers, the globalists, what we call the elite, the cabal. And they've been able to, skim a game of Monopoly basically and take, and increase taxes via their governments that are in debt to them. And as a result, we have our money inflated. They just keep printing more, and they rip us off. And of course, if you were able to print money, just like in a game of Monopoly, you could buy up all the hotels, all the businesses, and you could afford to pay off the politicians, lobbyists. You can own the politicians. You can own pretty much all the largest companies, and also you would own the media. So you have mainstream media being your Spruiker outlet and telling people exactly what you want them to believe. Make sense? So one of the ways to change the world is we have to take back our power, and that's why I was an early supporter of Bitcoin. I was one of the first people on the planet to write a book about it. I was very open and transparent and told my followers, when it hit $120, this is real, get into it if you want to see an opportunity. And I've made many millionaires out of that. I held the first Australian Global Bitcoin Conference. I was the first founder of the company to bring the Bitcoin ATMs to Australia many years ago. So I've been involved in that industry for some time. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. And they've all been for it because they're a libertarian, right? So I supported the rise of that. But about 4 years ago, a few of us early stage Bitcoin investors and some pretty smart blockchain developers, some of these developers that, developed the blockchains for Macquarie Bank and Lloyds of London and some of these top banks, and so all know crypto was coming. And that's why you can make a payment now. As your banks, you can make a payment instantly when it used to be like 2 or 3 days. Crypto created that innovation because banks were lazy and didn't care. But now when crypto come along, they're like, well, shit, we better improve our performances. Makes sense? And now you can instantly through Oscar make instant payments through banks. Thanks to crypto, remember, innovation. So it's here to stay. Blockchain technology is bigger than the internet. So now for Bitcoin, I've made price predictions. It's $50,000 US. I believe it will go to $500,000 US, just like the Winklevoss twins have become Bitcoin billionaires. Invited them to speak at the first global conference many years ago, and they did very well out of that and many others. So it'll go tenfold, so you could tenfold your money. But a lot of us also are, looking for the new, not only the other investments in crypto, and that's why we backed, 4 years ago, and that's how I was able to help have them, also support Australian National Review and incentivising our donors so that our donors who support us and our important work for our not-for-profit can also profit. So if you want to find more about that, because you've got to look at the opportunity for Bitcoin to go tenfold, which I believe it will, from 50,000 to 500,000. That might take 2, 3, 4 years. But if you can get in, say, a Bitcoin 2.0, Ethereum, if you look up Ethereum, there's an article I saw today. Ethereum has been the best investment for the last 5 years, much better than Bitcoin. $1,000 invested in Ethereum, which was the original Bitcoin 2.0, remember, has jumped to 279,000 today, where Bitcoin's jumped to 1,000 to 148,000. Tesla, great stock, one of the best stock performing companies, only 14,000 on $1,000. So you can see, all these so-called money experts, but they didn't predict the rise of Bitcoin because the analysts simply don't know what they're looking for, don't know how the world works, really. That's why they don't predict what's coming next from the massive economic collapse of pretty much the whole world, what's coming. And I'll talk more about that. We're getting detailed reports on that. But cryptocurrency, it's our money, folks. They can't rig it. So that's why we supported Bitcoin 2.0. For Bitcoin 2.0, lists at 20 cents, April 28th. It will go, even only went to go to tenfold, only has to go to $2, where Bitcoin, the original one, has to go from 50,000 to 500,000 to go tenfold. Now, some of you donors have been rewarded already with the fact that you can get tenfold before it lists. Some of our donors that have donated 25,000 have been able to go get it effectively at 2 cents, and it lists in 10 days or less at 20 cents. That's tenfold already. So if you want to find out more about that opportunity is almost gone to reward our donors. But just go to anrnews.com. And on the top of the homepage, you'll see that we'll talk about Bitcoin, the sponsorship they're providing for us. Click on that, you can read all about it, and there's a section to download the white paper and study that. But basically, they're helping us bribe donors to support independent media, not just us, but other independent news sites. And you make a donation to help our not-for-profit work, which is critical. We have a lot of volunteers, but we still have to pay some people to do what we do. Then they will provide you with very generous incentives, and then crypto is our own money. This is the future. Sustainable villages will be all crypto. Crypto is our money. It's people's money that they can't rig and inflate and export inflation and keep taking it away from us. It's ours. It's our collective wealth. So what will determine whether cryptocurrency, a new one, will work is the size of its community and the value of that. So that's what makes it, because money is the collective, what we decide to trade as money. Makes sense? And this is one that bypasses the governments. That's why they hate it, but they can't stop it. So I'm backing that. I can't give you advice on whether you should get in crypto. It is inherently risky. No guarantees in life, but I can guarantee you this, that if you just leave your money sitting in the bank, then that is inherently risky too, and the fiat system is going to collapse, and that's not very far off. So check it out, anrnews.com. We appreciate your support, but this is one way you can be incentivized, but that's, only has days left to live. So don't say, I wish you'd told me about it. I have told you about it. I've helped a lot of people get wealthy through my predictions. So take advantage of it. Talk to you soon. anrnews.com.